So surely both parents should be at all the court cases when it involves their children. Absolutely 100%. You got to remember, when a family's been together 10 years, as of mine, when that family has had no history, no allegations, nothing at all, and then one day, from nowhere, the mum makes an allegation of smashing through a door, disappears to Worcester, has homed my son in Worcester ever since. You would now imagine that any court case to evolve from that, both parents would have to be there, because that's what I thought. But let me assure you, dads, that is not the case. And I'm going to give you a reality. My son's mum made a false allegation, which was proved false in criminal court in January 2023. And she didn't appear in court. So let's just remember this. She's made an allegation, which took a year to get to court. And in that year, she's taken my son based on that allegation. I go to court. I prove, by using police body cam image and my own images, that the door was perfect. But the reality was, despite my son's mother making that false allegation, despite me being arrested and then having to appear in court, she didn't. She made an application to court a week before to say she's too scared to come to criminal court and the system accept that. So I had to go to court on my own with the person that's made the allegation sitting at home having a cup of tea. I'm found not guilty, thankfully. But then I was given a 2-year restraining order because her solicitor at that court case has a pre-written statement by the person that isn't there. And the reason they have that is this. When I was found not guilty, and I'm assuming they'd done the statement because they knew I was going to be not guilty because it's a false allegation, I was found not guilty and I'd used evidence of the door, which is evidence her solicitors wouldn't have been aware that I'm using. Because let me tell you, you turn up at court, you take your evidence, but then they can twist that against you. So I've used the evidence that they weren't aware of. They're then allowed to make a plea to the judge on behalf of my son's mum, who isn't there, that's pre-written. And that pre-written statement, after her false allegation has been proved false, after I was found not guilty, she's then allowed to make a plea. Her plea, in writing, read out by her solicitor, says her and my son are living in fear in Worcester. Can the judge please bear in mind how scared they are if Mr. Dean is found not guilty? So I've already gone a year without seeing my son. She's not even in the courtroom. This is a pre-written statement because they knew I'd be found not guilty. Based on the false statement, I'm then given a 2-year restraining order against her and my son, and it's handed to family court. So at this point, she's never appeared in the court case. So I then have to appear at 4 court cases in Worcester because they keep getting adjourned. She never appeared at one. On the final court case in December 2023, the lady that has stolen my son for 2.5 years, the lady that has only ever made one allegation, which I was found not guilty with, made an application to the family court 4 days before the final court case and said she doesn't want to arrive at court because she's too scared. The court accept that fully, and when I went to my final court case, I'm there on my own, and my son's mother's on a video and Kafkas are on video, despite both of them living 5 minutes from the court and me 3 hours away. Do you understand how easy it is for mums to sit at home with a cup of tea just making allegation after allegation? They haven't ever got to appear in court. And I think a lot of dads watching this, you're sitting there with your kids now and your missus. When your missus decides to steal your kids, you are knackered, and this system will support every single thing they ask for, and then they don't even have to turn up at court, and they still steal your children. This is shocking, appalling, happens every day. Happened to me. My final court case, she wasn't there. My criminal court case, she wasn't there, and no court cases regarding my son she ever had to turn up to. So just bear that in mind. They make the allegation, they steal your children, they sit home with a cup of tea. You're the bad guy, and that's how it works, I'm afraid. It actually makes me sick every day when I think that I lost my beautiful 10-year-old son because the system is so broken. And remember, I did a chapter saying dads are giving up on the system, not their children. And this is a prime example of that. You know, I had to drive 3 hours to get to Worcester, 5 times, yet the woman that lives 5 minutes from there never had to appear. My son's headmaster, my son's school governor on the final court case drove to Worcester. 3 hours for them and back. 3 hours for me and back. She didn't have to appear. It's so broken, people. I just want anyone to be aware that if someone makes an allegation, they haven't even got to appear in court. So bad.
If you like Deano stories and you want more, and you've got stories of your own that you want told, get in contact and we can sort something out.